Hey there, what's happening, folks? We're here Monday evening, and I got back from Goodwill. I found some pretty good stuff there. I'll show you a few things here in just a second. I also picked up some more online auction items. I've been doing pretty good on those online auctions from highbid.com. I did go somewhere today. It's a little bit of a drive for me. It's about 30-40 minutes away, and it's good stuff, but I might not be bidding so much often on there because I really don't like driving all that ways out there, unless it's like for really good stuff maybe. But I spent $13 on the online auction stuff, and I'll show you what those are in just a second. But what I did last night, and I was kind of reviewing some of my sales from last year, and I was kind of reflecting on my progress that I made. And again, I do these videos, guys, because I want to help, especially if you want to get into reselling, if you want to start your own reselling business and that kind of stuff. I'm not the master at it. I've just been doing it a while, and I do this as a part-time side hustle. Like it's my part-time gig. I do have a full-time job, so this isn't my only source of income, but it definitely helps. So I was reflecting on how well I did last night, and again, I'm not bragging at all because there's plenty of people that do a way better job than I am. And I was looking at some of my numbers, and I was kind of thinking to myself, well, I want to scale. I want to get my numbers up. I want to get my listings up, and I want to have more sales and all that kind of stuff. And and some of you guys are probably aware that I use Nifty.ai to cross-list across 4 different platforms. I sell on eBay, Poshmark, Depop, and Mercari. I don't have a ton of sales on those 3 other ones. eBay is definitely my moneymaker, but I do have some pretty consistent sales on Poshmark and Mercari occasionally, and Depop. Depop used to be doing really good for me until I freaking got banned and I had to make a new account, and that's a whole other story. There's a video on that if you go back and look for it. But I basically, between all 3 of the other platforms, I make gross sales somewhere around an extra $300 a month. My eBay one right now, I'm averaging around $1,800 a month in sales the past few months, which is freaking great. That's gross sales. That's not my net. That's just gross sales. So keep that in mind. But Nifty.ai does such a great job for me cross-listing, and I love using it so much. It's $40 a month for all my listings. Cross-listing, it gives you analytics. It shows me my trends. It breaks everything down for me, and I'm kind of a numbers guy, so I love seeing it. And if you guys are interested, and this isn't a whole video about Nifty or anything, but if you're interested and you're to kind of boost your sales and that kind of stuff, it definitely works for me. Go to Nifty.ai. You're going to download the attachment or program, whatever it is. And then if you decide to sign up, if you use my name as a code, not so slim picking, you're going to get a discount. And I actually make a little bit of money back too. I get to save like 10% or something. I don't know what it is. It's not a ton. But if you decide to do it and you use not so slim picking, you're going to save some money, and I'll save a little bit too. But what I'm getting at is, they do full automation also, which basically what that means with eBay and Poshmark and all the other sites, it will, on Poshmark, it'll share for me. It'll, if somebody follows me, it'll automatically follow them back. It'll delist items and relist them for me. And then if somebody likes an item, they'll go ahead and send them an offer. And I was doing all that manually, but I was missing a lot of them. And, I was like, man, is it worth the extra? Because I spend $40 now a month, and it's about an extra $20, maybe a little bit more than that, to do the full automation. But that's not just Poshmark. That's automation also on Depop and Mercari, the same thing, send out offers. And then also on eBay, it relists items for me. And so if I have an item that's on a buy it now and getting ready to go off, and then like eBay will automatically relist it for me, Nifty.ai catches it for me, does it before eBay gets to it. It'll relist it for me, and if it's been listed for like over 30 days or something like that, I can set a percentage for it to drop the price for me automatically. So I set a percentage of like 7%. So if I have an item that's sitting around for a while, eBay recognizes, it'll take it down, it'll relist it, 7% discount, and it'll do that with all my items, and I never have to touch it. And I just like, why have I not been using this? So I started using it this weekend, and I don't know if it matters. I mean, today I've had a lot of sales, and a pretty good amount of sales for me. Today I have $154 in gross sales. I have a total of 13. I have 13 items going out today for a Monday. That's great. So, and I just had $120 yesterday from the weekend. So, guys, I know I've been talking a lot here. If you're in reselling, maybe you're just doing eBay and you'd like to jump across different platforms, I highly, highly, highly recommend you use Nifty.ai. It is fantastic. And it has helped me scale my business up so much. So knock yourself out. If you don't want to use my code, I don't care. I just want you to have success. That's the whole reason why I'm doing these videos. So knock yourself out, give it a try. If you decide to use my name, Not So Slim Pickin', that would be great for me, but you don't have to. Whatever. Let me show you what I picked up today. Let's start what I got from Goodwill first. I spent a total of, I found a lot of good stuff, and I ended up getting there a little bit earlier than normal. But I spent a little over $50. I don't know how many items I got, but I got a bunch of clothes. And clothes are kind of like my little small bread and butter things whenever I don't have my yard sale stuff to go through and I need stuff to list during the week. This is what I've been doing. You guys know I don't really like to pick up plush. And I saw one of these and I passed on it, and then I saw another one, and they were both on sale. Yellow today was on sale, 75% off. So these were marked for like $4 or whatever. So I got this for like a little over $1. This one a little over $1. They're still new with tags. I looked up one on eBay. One sells for around $8 to $9 plus shipping. So I'm thinking I could probably list this for $12 to $15 and maybe make $10 on these. So that's pretty cool. If you guys watch Stranger Things, you're probably familiar with this t-shirt. But I saw it right away. I did watch the show. It's a really good show on Netflix. But that's what this is from. Hellfire Club was like their Dungeons and Dragons club name or whatever. But this is brand new with tags from Hot Topic. This is a $26 shirt. So $8.03 was the price. But like I said, I got the 75% off. So this is about a $2 shirt. So I think I can list that for about $20. See what happens. Found a couple of these hunting shirts, these hunting fishing shirts. This one's Realtree. This one will probably be a quick sale. I'm not going to go through all these, but I do have some golf polos. There's another hunting shirt there. Some blues, jersey type shirts, a redhead shirt. So I got some new Levi's down there too. So pretty happy with that stack. Okay, so here's what we have going out, or what I picked up today from online auction stuff. I've got some FootJoy golf shoes. These are both women's golf shoes. I paid $2 for both pairs of these shoes. So $1 each. That is awesome. This one I'm going to take home and try to clean up a little bit. But FootJoy, nice brand. I've got some cleaner that I might be able to get that off. Looks like these have been used, but they're still in nice shape. So probably take the hose to it. See what happens. See if I can get some of that stuff off. But this pair here, brand spanking new, never been worn. Look at that. Super, super nice. These might be vintage. I don't know, but it's got the different tongue in there too, I guess, if you want to use it, but super nice. Look at that. I mean, for $1, get out of here. That's freaking awesome. And these I was pretty excited about. I love finding old, rare, different stuff. These are super cool. Bunch of old type of stickers. Looks like farm equipment stickers and that kind of thing. Well, this is Maytag. Old vintage Maytag decals, stickers. We got some old John Deere decals here. Oliver Tractor stickers. There's just some old Bosch ones. Just random ones here. Proud to be a farmer. I like this. Ethanol. I grow it. I use it. So super cool. So some of these, like, I'll probably list these together, these danger ones. I'll look up to see how much these are going for. But there's 2 big ones, 2 small ones. So there might be a couple lots here. But I don't know. I'll play around with these. These can sell pretty decent. And I really don't really know, to be honest with you. But I think some of the old company ones are pretty cool. And I think they might sell a little bit. So we'll see what happens. But I paid, what did I pay? $10. $10 for that lot. And I got a bunch of stickers, so I think I'm going to do pretty good with those. Okay, we got a bunch of orders to pull. Pretty happy with that stuff that I picked up tonight. I got plenty of stuff to list. It's the name of the game, guys, with this reselling stuff. You got to keep stuff on hand. We got to be listing every day. The more you put into this business, the more you get out of it. So like I said, I have a total of $154 in sales tonight and a total of 13 items going out. So let's start with Poshmark first, just on Poshmark and eBay. So Poshmark, I have an order of Grateful Dead t-shirt. Picked this up at a yard sale. I think I paid $1 for it. This sold for $12 plus shipping. And then another, I just had this sale literally just like 5 minutes ago. It is a, what is it, J. Crew jacket. A women's J. Crew jacket. And picked this up at Goodwill for a little over $1. This sold for $16 plus shipping on Poshmark. Okay, so next one is a Poshmark sale also, but this person bought 5 items. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This person just went to my closet in Poshmark and they picked out 5 different items and they didn't even send me an offer. They just bought them, which is fantastic and never happens. So the next 5 items that I pull, I'll tell you what the individual price is and then I'll give you the big price at the end. So we got a vintage Black Hills Sturgis motorcycle shirt. I picked these up at a yard sale. That one where I got that big Jimmy animatronic thing. So I think I'm in for this right around $2, maybe a little bit less. This one sold for, what was it, $18. And then there was a Sons of Anarchy shirt they also wanted. This one sold for $14. And then out of Tote I have an old monkey beanie that I've had forever. So this is like a kid's hat. I got this a long time ago. I'm in for this for like 10 cents. Been sitting on it for a while. Probably should have dropped the price a long time ago, but this sold for $13. And then they had also this WrestleMania shirt. I got this at yard sale. I think I paid $2 maybe for it. But this sold for $15. And the last item was a beer belt buckle. This one says Got Beer. It's got a little bottle opener in the middle. Pretty cool. I got these online auction. I don't remember what I was into these. Pretty cheap if I remember correctly. But this was $12. So altogether, what they spent was $58. So that's fantastic. And all that stuff I'm going to basically ship all together in one bag for them under one label. So works out pretty cool. Okay, so now my eBay stuff. Out of Tote F, I have an orange Adidas polo. Got this orange polo here. I don't remember if I got this at Goodwill or at a yard sale. But this sold for $11.05 plus shipping. Then out of the Joseph drawer, I've got a Canon PowerShot G3, I think is what it is. Yeah. This actually does not work. This is that bulk deal that I got. But I already made my money back on all these cameras. So this sold for $11.84 plus shipping. I sold that Mummy DVD, but I remember I got this at a yard sale, and I just bought off the guy because he gave me like 2 other free items, and I felt bad. So technically I have $2 into this, but this sold for $4.25 plus shipping. Then I got a cassette tape going out, an R. Kelly one, and I had a feeling this was going to sell. There it is. R. Kelly 12 play. So vintage cassette tape. This sold for $9.99 plus shipping. I have like, what, 20 cents into this? I don't know. Super cheap. Out of S, we've got a Tiger Woods polo. Nike dry fit polos. Every time I see them at yard sales or at the thrift store, if I can get them for $1, $2, I always pick them up. This sold for $15 plus shipping. And then out of Tote B, I have an Postal quarter zip. Really nice quarter zip sweater. This sold for $16.14 plus shipping. Hey there, what's happening, folks? Welcome back to my eBay office. We're here Tuesday evening. I only have about 4 orders going out tonight. 1 on Poshmark, 3 on eBay. My total gross sales are about $38. I was just commenting on the other segment of this video how I started a new automation thing with my Nifty.ai app or program that I use to cross list on all my platforms. And it's really working pretty well. And I was kind of hoping to see some more sales today, but I'm only like 3 days into this little upgrade that I did on that app. So, but the automation is working. Yesterday I had a sale on Poshmark, and today I had a sale on Poshmark. Basically, how it works is whenever somebody likes an item on either of the 4 platforms that I sell on, Nifty will recognize that, and they will send out an offer to that person that's like 7% or 10% off, whatever I have it marked as. I don't remember what I put. I think it was 10%. And then they can buy the offer, counter offer, or whatever. But that happened yesterday on Poshmark, today on Poshmark, and I've sold a couple items. So somebody likes the item, Nifty recognizes it, they send them an offer, and those people bought it. So I've already made half of my money back, basically, that I've put in the extra. They're going to be paying extra into this app, the program, basically, to do the automation for me. So really like Nifty.ai. If you guys want to do a cross-listing platform, then I highly recommend it. So it's looking pretty good, but we're going to test it out this month, and I'll let you guys know what I think and if I see a big increase in sales, but I really like what it's doing so far. The other thing I was going to talk about was about a month ago, I did a video on the new way that eBay is going to do promoted listings. And I kind of did a breakdown on it, and I mentioned that Justin Resells on YouTube did a very good video on it. And I still encourage you to watch that video. Justin always does fantastic, informative videos. Like, they're just the best. So, and he does such a good job at it. You really need to watch it. So he put out a video recently, just kind of an update and reminding people that what's going to happen on January 13th with eBay and how they're going to change their promoted listing structures. Now, I promote every one of my listings on eBay. To me, I feel like it's just an added cost to boost my sales, to boost the people to get to my items, and more eyes on my items, and it helps me get sales. And I know it's a cost, but I do this part-time, and I kind of need all the help I can get for sales. So that's kind of the way I look at it. The way that they've done it in the past, eBay's done it in the past, is where you have a promoted listing. Somebody Google searches, or they search for your listing, and they were able to find your item through the promotion, and then you would get charged your promoted fee, whatever you have it set for. If you have it set for 5%, then 5% of the sale item, would be charged to you at that point. And then what they also did was, if that person went to search for your item and they found your item, but they didn't buy it, but they bought something else in your store, then you were charged a promoted listing fee. That's kind of weird, but I still like it because I'm still getting a sale. I'm okay with that. So what eBay is changing the way that they're doing promoted listing to now, which is going to start January 13th, is that if you have a promoted listing and you have it set for promoted listings for whatever percentage, if somebody finds your item via a promoted listing, and even if they don't buy it, but then some other random Joe Schmo finds your item, not from the promoted listing, just buys it randomly or however they get to it, you get charged a promoted listing fee. I don't really like it, but I'm still going to promote my listings. And Justin Resells does a very good video. You need to watch this video, and he kind of explains it, and a lot better than what I'm going to do. But he kind of breaks it up. There's 2 groups of people that are saying, I'm quitting promoting listings altogether. eBay's going to feel the hurt from us if we all do it, and we're going to be done with promoted listings. I'm not doing it. And then there's a group of people like, you know what? I'm still going to keep on doing it. Yeah, I could be throwing some money away, but I still want eyes on my items, and I still want to have good sales and that kind of thing. So it's not worth the risk to me to lose that advertising. So he kind of described it as camp 1 and camp 2. You got to watch this video. It's really good. I'm in camp 2. I know I don't like it, but I don't want to take the risk of not seeing eBay not promoting my items and not getting more eyes on my items. So I'm not going to change anything, and I'm not going to get into what his strategy is. You'll have to watch what his strategy is, but he's got a really good strategy. I think it's going to work for him, and it would work for a lot of people. But for me, since I do this part-time, I'm pretty much not changing anything. So, but I don't know if you guys are reselling out there. What are you guys doing? Are you using promoted listings? Are you not worrying about it? You feel like you're throwing your money away now after January 13th? Like, what's your view? So I'm still pretty much going to promote everything. I just feel like it's for the cost. I wanted to help me boost sales. So I don't know. Anyway, let's go into it here. We got to get some orders pulled, and we'll probably get these packed up. So let's go. Okay, like I said, I've got 4 items going out. Let's do the Poshmark one first, which this is one of those items where I honestly almost threw this away. But I'm like, you know what? I'll do an image search on eBay and see if it sells, and it does. So it was that old jewelry box that I got on that, what was it, the high bid auction site. And this is just an old vintage treasure chest wooden jewelry box. It actually had a different shelf, a removable shelf in there. Whoa, almost got my finger. And but this one didn't have it. So I'm like, you know what? It's still in decent shape. It's missing some of the feet, but took pictures of it and everything. This was only listed for like a couple days. But this sold for $13 plus shipping on Poshmark. Okay, then my eBay orders. I have a 4-port, here it is. It's called D-Link. It's a 4-port USB thing. But I got this in an adapter buy a while back. I'm into this for really cheap, like under $1. This sold for $8.37 plus shipping. Then I've got some Levi jeans, file cabinet number 2. I think these are them. These sold for $7.91 plus shipping. Then I got a Nike t-shirt out of K. This was actually one of my boys. They didn't want it anymore. Still a nice Nike t-shirt. Nike always sells well on eBay. This sold for $9 plus shipping. All right, let's get these packed up. Let's do this treasure chest thingy first. Yeah. Can't believe this sold so fast, but that's what I'm telling you guys. You'll be surprised what sells on eBay. Everything sells on eBay. It's crazy. That's sticker. I'm going to recycle a box here. I think that might be a perfect fit. Looks like it. All right, let's get this weighed. And it is, I think, is this Poshmark? Yeah, I don't have to worry about it. It's Posh. Go. Yeah, and I mentioned yesterday that I think I did it. I don't even know if I did it correctly. But I set a rule on my eBay account to where if everything's listed, then it promotes it automatically. I think I did it correctly. I don't even know. So I'll have to check that tonight if that worked out correctly. But that would be really convenient because then I could just list it, not have to worry about it. Eight ounces, 14.10.2. Nike is going to Louisiana. Now, let's move this just a little bit. 2 pounds. Whoa. 2 pounds, 14.10. 4. Levi's are going to Illinois. Yeah, I'm happy with it being January, and I was wondering if I was going to see a slowdown after the holidays, but I mean, so far, staying relatively busy with it, so I don't mind that. All right, 4 ounces, 11, 9, 3 ounces, 11, 9, 3. D-Link is going to Maryland. All right, folks, I think that's going to do it for this video. I appreciate you coming by the channel. As always, please like and subscribe. It definitely helps me out a lot. Hope you guys have a great week, and we will see you guys soon. Thanks.